I'm with Sara Lauzon, the little historian here at Spinners in downtown Cornwall. Sara, you have a new petition and initiative. What the heck are you doing?
Well, I really don't like the word petition, but in order to collect signatures online, it only basically says petition. So what I'm trying to do is basically gain support. I'd like to go to City Council and ask them to either name a street after Judge Pringle, have the fountain that was once there put back up, or have a memorial way, kind of like Tom Racine did with Sergeant Davey Memorial Way, have something like that similar in front of the courthouse. So I'm just collecting signatures basically to say, oh, City Council, like, there's other people that think this is a good idea, and we'll go from there.
So who is Judge Pringle and why does he deserve to be honored?
Okay, he has a huge list of accomplishments. If anyone goes to this page, you'll see them all. Off the top of my head, he was mayor in 1855 and 1856. He served as city clerk for a bunch of different things. He has a ton of stuff to do with the militia, so does his father. And he was obviously judge from 1866 until 1900.
Well, that's a pretty good resume.
Yeah, he was quite the gentleman.
So, do you think people remember history enough around here, and why is it so important to remember our past?
I do think people remember our history because whenever someone comes out with a new book or some kind of a celebration, there's tons of people there to support it. What was the other question, sorry? There was like an end question.
There was a good one. There was a good end question.
I forget it. What did you say?
Why do we honor these people and why should we, or something like that?
Well, I think it's important to honor these people because these are our founders. In Judge Pringle's case, he was Cornwall's first historian and wrote basically the first literature we have on Cornwall's history. So a gentleman like that, I mean, without his writings, we wouldn't have the history we have today.
Now, you're a rarity in the history biz. You're under 100 years old. Most of the people, when you go to museums or you talk about history, they're like a little bent over, smell a little funny. What attracts a young person like yourself to history, and especially our history, our local history?
Well, whenever I was growing up, I always liked stuff like Little House on the Prairie. I liked going to Upper Cannon Village with my family. Driving around, I'd notice that, certain buildings don't look the same as others, and I'd ask my parents why, and they didn't really have the answers for me. So whenever I was growing up and wanted to pursue history as a career, I kind of sat back and said, I don't know anything about my town. Like, you can't do history if you don't know about your town. So I did my co-op at CC with Heritage Cornwall, one of the historical societies here, and what I did was I basically arranged the whole Cornwall room. So I'd shelve stuff and basically make it more organized for them. And doing that, like, you got to look at a book to place it somewhere. So I'd kind of learn as I went along. And, I mean, I'm from here, so my heart's here, and it's completely fascinating.
So is the plan for you to eventually settle down and be Cornwall's town historian?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed in newspapers, I'm Cornwall's little historian, and I always joke and say that maybe one day I'll be the big historian, so you never know. I definitely want to settle down here. Doing what specifically, I have no idea, but my heart's here. So.
It's important to keep our young people where they want to be at home.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think is the best thing about Cornwall, Ontario?
What do I think is the best thing?
In your opinion.
The history.
All right, and right now you're working for the summer at the museum?
I am.
So if people want to talk history, what better place to talk history than the museum?
11 to 4, Wednesday to Sunday, that's where I am.
All right, and for the petition, where do they go?
I don't know the website off the top of my head, but
okay.
I can link it to you.
All right, so we'll link it in the story where the video is. All right, Sarah, thank you.
Thank you.